First reading, 1 Maccabees 6, 1-13. King Antiochus, meanwhile, was making his way through the upper provinces. He had heard that in Persia there was a city called Elymas, renowned for its riches, its silver and gold, and its very wealthy temple containing golden armor, breastplates, and weapons, left there by Alexander, son of Philip, the king of Macedon, the first to reign over the Greeks. He therefore went and attempted to take the city and pillage it, but without success, the citizens having been forewarned. They resisted him by force of arms. He was routed and began retreating, very gloomily, towards Babylon. But, while he was still in Persia, news reached him that the armies which had invaded Judea had been routed, that Lysias, in particular, had advanced in massive strength, only to be forced to turn and flee before the Jews, that the latter were now stronger than ever, thanks to the arms, supplies, and abundant spoils acquired from the armies they had cut to pieces, that they had pulled down the abomination which he had erected on the altar in Jerusalem, had encircled the sanctuary with high walls as in the past, and had fortified Beth-zur, one of his cities. When the king heard this news, he was amazed and profoundly shaken. He threw himself on his bed and fell sick with grief, since things had not turned out for him as he had planned. There he remained for many days, subject to deep and recurrent fits of melancholy, until he realized that he was dying. Then, summoning all his friends, he said to them, "Sleep evades my eyes, and my heart is cowed by anxiety. I have been wondering how I could have come to such a pitch of distress, so great a flood as that which now engulfs me, I who was so generous and well-loved in my heyday. But now I recall how wrongly I acted in Jerusalem when I seized all the vessels of silver and gold there, and ordered the extermination of the inhabitants of Judah for no reason at all. This, I am convinced, is why these misfortunes have overtaken me, and why I am dying of melancholy in a foreign land." Responsorial Psalm, Psalms 9, verses 2-3, 4-6, 16, and 19. Response: I will rejoice in your salvation, O Lord. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exult in you. I will sing praise to your name, Most High. Because my enemies are turned back, they stumble and perish before you. You rebuked the nations, you destroyed the wicked. You blotted out their name forever and ever. The foe has vanished, they are gone forever. Their memory has perished. The needy shall not always be forgotten, nor shall the hope of the afflicted ever perish. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail, let the nations be judged before you. Gospel Acclamation. Alleluia, Alleluia. Our Savior Jesus Christ has destroyed death and brought life to light through the gospel. Alleluia. The Gospel. Luke chapter 20, verses 27-40. Some Sadducees, those who argue that there is no resurrection, approached him, and they put this question to him: "Master, Moses prescribed for us that if a man's married brother dies childless, the man must marry the widow to raise up children for his brother. Well then, there were 7 brothers. The first, having married a wife, died childless. The second, and then the third, married the widow. And the same with all 7. They died leaving no children. Finally, the woman herself died. Now, at the resurrection, whose wife will she be, since she had been married to all 7? Jesus replied, "The children of this world take wives and husbands,
But those who were judged worthy of a place in the other world and in the resurrection from the dead neither marry, because they can no longer die, for they are like the angels, and they are children of God,
because they are the ones who will rise. Now Moses himself implies that the dead rise again in the passage about the bush, when he calls the Lord the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Now he is not God of the dead, but of the living, for to him all are alive. Some of the scribes then spoke up, "Well put, Master," and they no longer dared to ask him any more questions. This is the word of the Lord.